That's embarrassing.
Jace in Japan.
Welcome back to Japan, and you find us on the Psycho line heading from Shinjuku Station right through to Ikebukuro. Now this area is a bit different. While it might look very similar, it has a different feel. This is an area aimed at the females of Japan. No, that's not me whistling at the girls. That's just what it sounds like when you cross the road in Tokyo. So where Akihabara is aimed at gamers and it's hardcore gaming and, you know, blowing stuff up and metal fighting warriors, Ikebukuro is aimed more at female gamers and female collectors, full of plushies and more female friendly manga and series and all the comics and DVDs and everything that goes with that. Key to that is this store. This is Animate, famous for being the biggest manga and anime store in the whole of Japan. Sadly, they did stop me filming in there, so I can't bring you much of the contents, but I can tell you it's mainly stickers, magazines, books, mountains of soundtracks and DVDs, but no video games at all, so you're not missing out too much. Loads of manga themed notepads and diaries, all things designed to appeal to the ladies. And it is strange being in a shop that is dominated by female customers. You don't get this at home, do you? You don't see so many girls in one shop, and hardly any blokes at all. But the reason we came to Ikebukuro wasn't to pick up young girls, it was to go for a lovely meal with our friends and a bit of drinking. This is Mashida and his lovely wife Kayo, and me and Mashida go back a long way. There's a bit of history, and followers of the Retrogames story will know that Mashida had a vital role in the history of Retrogames. Now, a quick recap: in the early 2000s we got in trouble with Namco for the use of Pac-Man in our logo. Enter my friend Mashida, a huge Retrogames fan since 1995, who also happens to be the head of Namco's arcade division. With his help, not only did we get Namco's official permission to use Pac-Man in our logo, but they also sent us the proper graphic for the ghost. Anyway, back to the food. Yes, yakitori. Some lovely meat there, some fish, proper chips and some tomato sauce. Who'd have thought it? Bits of chicken. Okay, there's a lot of meat there, but it was a lovely, lovely meal. Now, unlike when I met Genki, this is not the first time I've met Mashida. He's actually been and stayed with me in the UK a couple of times. This is me and Mashida back in 1997. Prepare yourselves. Oh yes, what a couple of Street Fighters. And we've barely changed at all in the preceding 27 years. And I know you all want to know about his collection. These days his big passion is arcade machine flyers. Huge collection, obviously tons of Namco stuff. And I can say this now, he's a big guy, but he's safely in Japan and I'm back in the UK. So what the heck you doing hole punching them? Come off it, Mashida. You've ruined them. Now it is a bit ironic that Mashida works for Namco, because just like Pac-Man, Mashida likes to be chased. He is fast. Oh no, he's going to go to an old arcade. He wants to show us an old arcade. Yeah. Do you spend your life just chasing after him? Always. He's fast, he just runs. Wow.
And then he's higher.
Yeah, because he's tall, yeah.
Oh, I catch it.
You're goody. I do love a tour guide who gives you the time to really appreciate the things they're pointing out. And finally we arrive at the arcade he wanted to show us, and I get a nasty surprise when I realise that I'm still wearing the gift they gave me. He wants me to go. I look, I just see myself in the... I'm not sure. I'm not sure now. Not now I've seen it. I look like English aristocrat. But the humiliation is worth it when I realise he's taken us to a classic vintage arcade. Yeah, there's a sit-down Thunderblade, sit-down checkered flag, not sure what that is. Stand-up afterburner. Afterburner, yeah. A very rare original Sega hang-on. And that must be Super Hang-On. Puckman. Marble Madness, classic Marble Madness. An original Donkey Kong. A real Namco rarity. Yeah, it's Puckman. Machida tells me this came out before Pac-Man.
Old CK is the old title.
Is it?
The new title, PAC.
The Namco Puckman. Strange. Nice condition. Machida is proud to tell me these are all original arcade machines, not remakes. And Namco's Galaga 88. I thought this was only a PC Engine game. An original Space Invaders, beautiful marquee on this one, absolutely perfect condition. All the games 100 yen to play, that's just 60p a credit. Now what about this for a rarity? A GAP Plus, yes, I've never seen a real GAP Plus in the arcade. Fantastic shooter, only played it on MAME, a very rare game. Here we go then, I'm gonna play something. I should be good at this, a classic shooter. Come on. Oh yeah, still got the skills. It's lovely condition. They are really, really well maintained. I guess you expect that with the Japanese culture. Mr. Do's Wild Ride. Now that's an unusual game. Bit of Arkanoid there. Now these are the Sega Astro City, like Jammer compatible arcade machines, huge in Japan. You can sit down and play. You don't need to have just one game in a coin-op anymore. This Konami special lets you choose between 10. Now it's Mashida's turn to flex his arcade playing skills. The classic Marble Madness, as exhausting as it is frustrating. It's okay, he's got another life. Got it, he's still got it. Yes, well done. So now it's my turn to shine on Konami's checkered flag. I love this coin-op. Me and my brother found it in a service station about 1986. And it was like magic. We couldn't believe how good it was. And look, I'm pretty good at it, aren't I? Look. Seriously though, this must be the best top-down racing game there ever was in the arcades. The Ghost of Ayrton Senna returns. I suppose we better cut to the bit where me car catches fire and I'm rushing along trying to get to the pits to have the flames put out.
Rubbish, mate. Absolutely rubbish. Embarrassing.
Namco's Gun Bullet shooting game. A classic sequel to Operation Wolf.
Thunderbolt.
Yes, a 1983 original Nintendo Punch-Out machine. Both the screens working. And look at the control panel, it is so well maintained. Anyone for cocktails? And it's not just video games in this arcade. There is a healthy dose of pinball, and I love pinball. Got a couple of machines in my collection. This is a white water, very rare Williams white water. That is Nip It, and that is Flash. Yeah, I can read. Now, I'm also a big fan of these electromechanical machines, the original 1960s and 1970s. I guess I would. They're retro, aren't they? This is a very simple machine. Very nice. I love it. It is true, pure playing for points. And there's skill in pinball. You do have to regulate where you hit the ball on the flipper. I'm a pinball fan. I'm a pinball wizard, if you will. Sadly, it turns out pinball skills are not genetic, as Izzy proves on the first ball of that classic white water. Hey! And we're back on the streets, following our leader. Yes, there's a waterfall on the roof. I don't know why. And this is where Mashida's bringing us another arcade just a few streets away. And how about this for a first-person view of entering a Japanese arcade? Yeah. Oh, I like this one. Just around the corner is the Bimani section. Yeah, music games. Project DMA Arcade. Konami's classic Guitar Freaks. The original guitar game. Drum Mania. Beat Mania machines there. Lots of prize-winning skill machines. And then we get to the real stuff. There's a Time Crisis 2. Sit-down Power Drift. Oh my god. This is a beautiful thing. Yes, a sit-down Power Drift. When's the last time you saw one of these? And it's fully running. It's gorgeous. A little seat protector there. Looks in great shape for its age. This is nearly 40 years old. It's a little bit damaged, but it still has its original topper. The ever-present Daytona USA. Oh yes, Outrunners. That's a rare machine. And one of my all-time faves, GTI Club with that neon marquee. What an amazing game. Great game. Yeah, this is probably the last machine that racing games were better in the arcade than at home. This arcade is huge. That is Darius Burst X, 2-player Darius fun. So many machines. This is the original widescreen Darius, even includes a headphone socket. Unlike in the UK, this isn't some kind of arcade hobbyist retro club. This is a working arcade that's been open for decades and people still come and play. Just a row of Tekken 7 machines there. How can the arcade scene thrive here when at home it's literally dead? That's an original R-Type. You can buy a home tabletop Astro City machine, even with the stand and the stool. Afterburner Climax, that is a fantastic game to find. And of course there's more train simulations. Radio Sport. Now how about this for a slice of retro? Shokan Striker 2. Yes, a video game without a screen. Back out on the streets of Tokyo, following our leader. He won't mind me saying that. Honestly, I absolutely adored strolling through Tokyo at night. It's pretty buzzy around here, isn't it? This is about 11 PM, it's still really busy. I don't think we've been here, have we? It looks very beautiful. This is where Mashida's bringing us, the Kabukicho Tower. It's a tower dedicated to eating and drinking and leisure. These advertising trucks are so bright at night. Club Likey, I want to go there. Mashida demonstrates the Japanese sign for move your backside. Now the reason we are heading into the tower is to visit something Mashida is rightly very proud of. Namco's newest Tokyo arcade, which fills the entire third floor. Namco Tokyo! Somehow this place managed to make me feel young again. It's just all that hustle and bustle, nighttime action, I don't know. It just had a lovely atmosphere. So much to see! So much to see.
It's not good, it's expensive.
Yeah? Oh, look at that.
Awesome.
Beautiful, Canadians. Now, despite Mashida's pride in building this arcade, I kind of felt his sadness. Just like us, he comes from that golden era of arcade video games. So excited about those old machines in those arcades. This new era of gachapons and crane machines isn't really what he signed up for. But this arcade has so much more to offer than just machines. It's got its own cafe where you can buy a beer and a Pac-Man cake. Felt slightly sad seeing this on display. Who cares? Pac-Man Lego.
Gotta love the Lego!
Why does this arcade VR experience already look so out of date? This was probably the biggest crane machine we found while we were in Tokyo. But Mashida, if you're watching this, there was one thing I wanted more than anything else for my entire Tokyo trip. I want this sign, it looks so familiar. Not wanting the night to end, we decided to go out for another meal. And one of the advantages of being out with Japanese people is you feel more confident to do proper Japanese stuff. We are back in our hometown of Shinjuku, and this is a classic izakaya, or Japanese pub, located in Omoid Yokocho, also known as Memory Lane and also known as Piss Alley. It feels great to be somewhere that does not cater for Western taste at all. No English anywhere, look at the menu. As well as beer and drinks, izakaya serves small plates of food, usually yakitori and vegetables.
So Izzy's going to try kimchi. Come on, Izzy. Be good. Be brave. Nice. Yeah. Well done.
Keen to get back before the sun came out, we brought the evening to a close.
So today is a Sunday. It is a lovely sunny day, and we are heading to it's a street for expats. It's called Hiroo, and it's got it's not really a collecting day. It's a day for hunting out food, because they have a gourmet chip restaurant there, Le Frayette, which we are going to try and find. Yeah, that is me, and hopefully I will show you some amazing Japanese chips. Can't wait.
Instead of the Yamanote line overground trips, this was our first trip on the underground system in Tokyo. Now Hiroo gave us a different side of Japan, more sleepy, more natural, not touristy, relaxed, sunny. We couldn't resist following this dog in a little buggy. We followed him right into a pet shop where he'd come to visit his friends. With pet shops like these, full of just totally cute little animals, it's very hard not to come in and have a little look. I had to spend the next hour telling Izzy we couldn't come back for this guy. New in stock, sleepy fluffy cats. Now back to the restaurant. It is called And the Frayette. Yes, it is a strange name. And let's just have a little look at the menu. You can have a variety of chips, either in a cone or a box, with dips. There's European mix, there's American fries, sweet Satsuma fries, God knows what they are. There's a big selection of dips like triple cheese, avocado cream and anchovy mayonnaise. Plus their own range of homemade drinks. Yes, they make their own Coke. Now with this flashy menu and all these bespoke items, I was expecting somewhere a bit bigger than this.
You excited for your chips? We've got 4 sorts of chips.
While there is only room for 2 people to sit in the restaurant, the service is fast and everything is cooked fresh. Not sure what I thought of the Coke. And yes, I've got a bit of Italian ham on mine. Izzy had the skinny fries and the roast potatoes. And those Satsuma fries are like potato croquettes. The ink-drawn pictures are not only on the boxes for the food, but also on all the products that they sell in their store. They make a huge range of potato snacks and crisps, weird flavours like honey salt and butter, and some lovely puffs. Couldn't afford any of it. We did buy these gold badges though. Admittedly, I'm not great at marketing, but don't these look like pet food? Sadly, none of the specials were running while we were there, like these chips and chocolate dip, or, yes, chips and ice cream.
Welcome to Ebisu. Just another Tokyo district that we haven't been to yet.
Now, if you're wondering about all these overhanging wires, all the streets having loads and loads of wires all tangled up going across everywhere, that is because of the earthquakes. Much easier to repair wires overground than digging up roads to find damaged cables under the ground. Now we are in Harajuku. We don't remember what we come to see, but we're looking forward to it. We remember now the legendary Takashita Street. Now, Harajuku is really the Camden town of Tokyo. It's very cool, it's got its own fashions, its own style. It's heaving, it's absolutely packed. I did manage to catch us on the sign. Now, today is hot, it's about 36 degrees centigrade, and you can see it's a real mix of tourists, Westerners, those kind of little shops. It's like a network of narrow lanes, not for cars, just for pedestrians, just to buy your stuff. Weird stuff like, you know, kebabs and gifts like this. Something else Harajuku is famous for is this giant candy floss. No thanks, too sticky. They really do know how to dress in Tokyo. Bit jazzy. It is strange to see so many Western things like Santa Monica crepes, but this is a tourist area for Tokyo. Of course it's going to have an international feel. And American sweet shops just like London. You know how in London you might still see a Mohican in a record shop? Well, Harajuku has its own sense of fashion, its own style. You can certainly see the similarities to Camden when you look at these wacky shoes. But Harajuku style is known as shockingly kawaii or decora. It looks a bit like when your little sister found your mum's makeup bag. Anyway, the main hub for this fashion movement is the shop 6% Doki Doki. Just like Retrogames, it was set up in 1995 to change the world. On our brief visit, we felt so intimidated we had to quickly buy some earrings and make our escape. Away from the crowds and into the back streets, the sleazy underbelly. As we move away from the crowds, we get to Harajuku's posher area, its designer shops, its glitzy fashion boutiques. I'm all about the fashion, it's my natural habitat. I've just headed to Kiddyland, Harajuku. This is one of the biggest toy shops. Toys, yeah, not games, but toys. But I think there might be some game stuff in there, we don't know. Oh, you have to queue to get into the shops. They like to keep the numbers down, the people in the shops, so you have to queue. Oh, that's okay, we've got time. Here's the obligatory amazing thing you've never seen before. These cats, they're waving to me. Reaching out for something. It was only with this shop that we finally realised how cat-obsessed Japan is. Tons of Pokemon action figures and collectibles. Is that Pokemon penguins? You know, I couldn't put out an episode without a bit like this in it. Too much stuff to see! You're getting used to it. All good. Here they are, yes, Pokeballs. I do like me Pokeballs. There were lots of Mario figures, but this one really stood out. A doll in a Mario outfit, and it's called Licker. These green blobby men are called Smisky. Wait, rewind, that doesn't look right. Call child services. Kiddyland has 5 floors, including one dedicated to Snoopy and one dedicated to Studio Ghibli. Me and Izzy went in this on episode 3. These paper dioramas really do bring the movies to life. Not sure who this frog is, but there's loads of them. The Japanese obsession with cute bread is quickly reconfirmed. These little fluffy guys have sandwiches for beds.
Little guys going to sleep in their beds.
Oh, cheer up, guys, I'll leave in a minute. I really like this guy, but he was 12 quid. Bit much.
It's got some cleavage, this one.
You can insert your finger into this Tamagotchi and stroke the friend inside. And this is Sora Q, a mini robot that you control by your mobile phone. Oh, Takara trains. This bit of the shop really took me back in time. Do you remember when your mum would let you go into the toy shop and choose yourself a car? Oh, too many to choose, thanks mum! Now you wouldn't find something like this in a Western toy shop. Yeah, cute frying pans! We step back out into the sunshine, soak up that glamorous, almost European feel. Just one more shopping centre, and then we can head back to our home base of Shinjuku. Who would have thought that simply crossing the road could feel so exciting?
It's like a race, and there's all them people outside, and then we're going to go head on. It's like a battle. It's like a medieval battle. Here they come. We're going to meet in the middle. I've got my sword out. Not that sword. Ah! Oh! Oh! No! Get off! What?
Yes, I'm embarrassing Izzy again. Check out that Godzilla in the distance, lurching over the top of the buildings. On the hour, he breathes fire and smoke. Amazing. You've seen the toy, you've seen the real thing, now see the cat bus crate van. Of course, it's got a plastic crepe menu. Excitement is building, of course, it smells absolutely delicious.
This is living this. Late night crepes. Beautiful, look at the chocolate and the smile.
Now I could not resist returning to Omoid Yokocho or Memory Lane or Piss Alley because it felt like such an authentic experience, a little slice of the real Japan. But I think this is probably the best moment of the entire Japanese trip. I'm going to cut the music. Just listen to the evocative sounds of the people and the food. You can almost smell it. It's incredible. Here we go.
Oishi. This is proper hustle and bustle of Tokyo, and it's mega.
Yes. Why don't you?
No, it's beautiful. Oh, kanpai.
What a great way to end the show. I am starving now.
Next time on Jace in Japan.
We take the Tokyo monorail to the island of Odaiba, but seem to get off at the wrong stop. We find our old friend Sonic at the Sega Joyopolis theme park. And I go crazy in a bread shop.